You have entered the Plumbing Business Success Zone, teaching entrepreneurs the business of plumbing. This is Potty Talk Live, recorded live every week. Turn on notifications to never miss an episode. Now your host, Richard Behney, the Million Dollar Plumber.
Hey, plumbing pros, welcome to the 439th episode of Potty Talk Live, where we're taking it into the trenches, the basements, the kitchens and baths, all around this big, beautiful world of ours, talking the business of plumbing.
Going old school, baby.
That's right. Hey there, I'm your host, Richard Behney, the Million Dollar Plumber, along with my wife and business partner, the lovely Laura. All right, hey. We made it. We make it on live here?
I don't know. I guess we'll soon find out.
Hey, I hope so, because I want this for you. If your plumbing business is struggling, all right, not enough good paying customers, you can't find good guys to work for you. It seems like the harder you work, the less you make, okay? You just simply aren't making enough money. You're not going to want to miss this episode, because I'm going to share with you the 3 keys, or I can look at them as pillars, okay?
Sure.
The 3 pillars that you've got to have in place in order to have a successful plumbing business. And, by a successful, I mean, having a thriving, okay? Lots of great paying customers, not just good paying customers, but great paying customers, all right? Plenty of guys, self-sustaining, okay? That's another key to being successful, meaning, you don't have to babysit, okay? It can run without you. That's very key. And of course, very profitable.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
So, if you're not making a profit, it ain't a business, it's a hobby. All right.
Yep.
All right. So we're going to get into that here in just a moment. So stick around here.
Okay. For one thing, if you are watching live, like always, please type the word live in the comments. If you're watching the replay, let us know that as well, and type replay. And happy Halloween.
Ooh,
We kind of dressed Halloween.
I guess, black and brown or whatever. Yeah, it's a little bit of Halloween.
Close.
Okay, happy Halloween. That's right. It is Halloween.
I know. When you don't have
Trick or
little
treat.
kids,
I know. Right.
Halloween just kind of comes and goes. So
That's right. I miss the Halloween family tax. You send the kids out.
Oh,
And they get all the candy, right?
They do
and
all
so
the
they
work.
come back, and it's like you go through the bags, and
I don't know if our kids knew that we took like half of their
you don't
candy.
need to, right? Tax. There's always a tax. Okay. Oh, that's good. Hey, well, I got you here. Let me hand out. I got something for you for just joining us.
We do already.
Okay, let's hit it. Yeah,
Okay.
I want to give it away here.
All right.
Hey, every professional plumber knows, you wouldn't build a house, all right, plumb a house without a blueprint, right? So why are you trying to plumb your plumbing business without one? Grab your free copy of my $1 Million Plumber Blueprint. In it, I lay out the exact specs on how to build a successful, self-sustaining, and very profitable plumbing business that we're talking about. In fact, we're talking about some of that right now. Okay, don't risk years of wasted time and money and failure. That's the scary thing, all right? Grab the $1 Million Plumber Blueprint now, okay? All right, it's free.
It is free.
It's simply free, okay? Simply go to the $1 Million Plumber. Nope.
$1 Million Plumber.
$1 Million Plumber. I always put the, because it's like I'm the. I always mess that up.
That's all right.
Okay.
I'm here to help you.
Yeah, you are. That's right. She makes me look good. All right. $1milliondollarplumber.com/free.
Free.
Did I get that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you did. Hey, Aaron is saying hello. Aaron Sylvia. Good to see you.
Aaron, how you
Jim
doing,
is
buddy?
saying hello. Good to see you guys. Welcome.
Good to have you here.
At least they're-
All right, on that. Yeah, we are
That's
back
Jim
live
Lowry.
again.
Hey,
We're
Jim
back
Lowry.
live. So those of you listening to, on podcast version or whatever, on your favorite podcast platform, but you can also catch us live. You can catch Potty Talk live on the YouTube channel.
Facebook and YouTube,
Yep.
both. Yes,
Okay.
prefer YouTube. YouTube just has a better, it just streams better and all that. And Facebook always gives us a little bit of a problem. So if you are watching on Facebook, or I'm sorry, on YouTube, then now's a great time to hit subscribe and subscribe, like, all that, get notifications so you never miss an episode of Potty Talk Live.
That's right. All right, and you can enter your comments. So as we're talking here, that's why we would like to go back to the live platform because it enables, provides opportunity. We like the interaction, and so as we're speaking on these things, you can make your comments. All right, this is a family show, so keep it clean. Keep it clean.
Well, we
gang.
won't bring any yucky
right.
comments up. So.
And keep it nice. All right, and also a chance to ask questions too. So all right, so bring it.
Okay, well if they're not nice, we won't bring their comment up.
Yeah, audience participation. Okay, let's have fun.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So what are we talking about? The 3 keys to plumbing business success, and it really is this simple. we start our plumbing businesses, and we think we need to know all these different kinds of things, and we get pulled in all these different kinds of directions. We call it the complexity creep. And it just happens. But really, it's these three things. You get these three things in line, okay, and in place. All right, things are going to go well.
Okay.
Okay. Then everything else is just icing and tweaks.
All right.
You're just kind of tweaking things, but you gotta have these three things in place. Gotta. That's a. I guess that's a strong gotta.
Gotta.
Must
Must have.
Right.
Okay.
You must have these things in place. Starting with number one. Okay. The right price. Okay. Got to have the right price. What I mean by price? Well, there's two parts. Actually, with every one of these three, there's two parts to it, kind of like a coin or whatever, a heads and a tails kind of a thing. Okay, right. So I guess in a way there's only three, but there's two parts to it. So I guess there's six.
Oh my stars! Everybody start taking notes.
Okay, all right. Okay, all right. Okay, the right price. Okay, and I'm talking the first part of the right price. I'm talking about your hourly rate. Okay, starting out with here. Okay, so we're starting out. Well, I hear this too.
Okay.
I hear this all the time.
What?
I don't want to be ripping. I'm not going to rip people off like the other company, like the company I just worked for, or those other big companies. And I always say, well, you mean the same big company that has all the good customers, good paying customers, and the good equipment, nice trucks, and is able to pay well. That company, you don't want to rip people off like that. Okay. No, but it's really, it comes down to, we don't really think we're worth it, okay? Worth what we need to charge, all right? We're not going to charge that. But, it's also, we don't know how, to figure that out, okay?
How to figure out your price.
How to figure out your price, your hourly rate.
Okay.
And so what happens is we wind up doing, we wind up getting the price in a couple different ways, okay? By the way, if you don't know why you're charging what you're charging, you are ripping your customer off. Okay, let me say that again. If you don't know why you're charging what you're charging, you're literally stealing from your customer. And even
big, bold words.
Yes, well, you're stealing. So it's so funny, you don't want to rip people off, but you are, because you don't know why you're charging what you're charging. So anyway, you're ripping people off.
Can we do a clarification? Because sometimes when we do a post about know your hourly rate, yada, yada, then some people will post in, well, you shouldn't charge an hourly rate. You should be charging flat rate. So when you say hourly rate,
you're jumping the shark here, baby.
Oh, I'm okay.
We're going to get to that. That's the second part of the question.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Exactly.
I should have read the notes a little bit better.
Read the script here, baby. Okay.
Sorry.
All right.
Mute my mic, please.
No. That is the thing we want to get to.
Yes. Okay.
But that's the base of that, though, is your hourly rate. So you gotta know your hourly rate. But sadly, what we do, and look, we all did it. If you're doing this now, well, first of all, stop. Okay, but it's okay, but it's not okay, because we all do it starting out.
Did it.
Okay,
We did
and
it.
we do it. The one method is what I call the price book swipe method.
Did that.
Where you take the price book from the last company you worked at. All right, and you take those prices, and then you just take 10% off or something, a little bit off, and I'll get them there. Okay,
We'll show them.
All right, we'll show them. Okay, the other is the supply house chatter method, where you're in the supply house, and you're there with the other guys down there. Hey, what do you charge for a water heater? Or you're asking the guy behind the counter, what are companies charging for water heaters now? Like they know, and they're doing the kind of same thing. They're following the other guys too, and no one really knows. All right, okay. But we'll get whatever that price is. Okay, that must be what the price should be, and I'll take a little bit off, so I'll beat them.
That's right.
I'll beat them
Because it's a race to the bottom.
It is a race to the bottom,
And you win. Woohoo!
Power to the broke. Okay, all right. Then finally, is one of my favorites, and we all do this. Okay, I call it the pull it out of your arse method. Okay, where it's just you literally, I think I can get this, or I got this last time. Or they got a Mercedes in the driveway.
Ooh, I can charge.
Not in the driveway, it's in the garage. Right? And so I can charge more. Okay.
Right. Or it's,
that-
okay, we got an old, beater van like we used to have, and
Right. So I can't charge.
I gotta
lower my
Right.
price. That kind of thing.
what
Okay.
happened to our first van? What did happen to our first van? Didn't we sell it to a carpet guy or something?
No, I bought it from a carpet
Oh,
guy.
that's right. So what happened to
Okay.
it?
I took it out back and shot it.
I don't think it was.
That's a whole nother lesson there on don't buy cheap vans. Buy new.
Golly.
Because every other day it was on the side of the road and I had to call a buddy or somebody to come pick me up,
It was the
whatever,
worst.
every other day. But I got a good deal.
Yeah, you did.
Okay. All right.
Cleaned out our savings account for it. I remember that.
Right. But don't use those methods. You got to know what your honest hourly rate is. And that's what we call it here at MDP. Okay. You know, your honest hourly rate. And why honest? Okay. Because it includes all your time. Okay. All the time it takes to not only just do the job itself, and that's where, you know, here's where we mess up, but all the time it takes to run your business. Okay. So your honest hourly rate includes all the time. Again, not just to run take care of the job itself, the task, but to run the business. All right. It also includes all the expenses. Once again, not just the expenses of that task or that job, but all the expenses to run the business. You know,
You have more expenses than what you think you do.
right.
And when you really sit down and look at it and start figuring out what your expenses are, you have more than what you think you do.
Right. And that is key, you know, is going through that, you know, what it takes to run your business. And what you'll find, it costs you more really to operate than what it costs the big companies. So that's part of the thing of, you know, why I should be, you know, really you should be charged more than what the big companies are charging, because it costs you more to operate. Okay. As you get in there, you see that, you take all those expenses. Okay. And then finally it includes all your profit. Okay. And again, profit. Okay.
What?
That's the reason for having the business. Okay. If you're not making a profit, like I said, you don't have a business, you have a hobby. And I can think of a lot of other things I'd much rather do than plumb. Okay.
And lose money every
and
day.
lose money. All right. It's just, I'm going to say, you know, it's stupid. Okay. I can hear my kids now, right? And I say, Daddy, don't say stupid. You don't say stupid. No, it's stupid.
Sometimes.
There are some things that are just stupid.
Some things are retarded.
Right. And that's, I go that far. That is retarded.
It is
Okay.
retarded.
Because it retards your business.
Yes.
It retards your ability to be able to really serve your customer. It retards your ability to be able to take care of your employees.
Yes.
Okay. And be able to pay them more well and have benefits and that kind of
Benefits.
stuff. Okay.
Yes, because you're not going to be able to attract any employees without decent benefits and without decent equipment and without decent working hours, all of that. You're just not going to be able to. So
Exactly. You know, and so that's what's included in your honest hourly rate. So that's the first part. That's the one side. That's the head side of the, you know, the right price coin. Okay. Now on the flip side, as you brought up, okay, is how we charge the customer. Okay. So we just get to it. I think you even mentioned it, flat rate price. Okay. And we are the world is flat. I like to say the world is flat. The world is flat rate, that is. Okay. Meaning everything we purchase, everything that we purchase and our customers purchase, that we purchase with flat rate. I mean, it's one price.
Right.
I mean, it's all one price. They don't break it down time and material.
No, they do not.
Okay.
Nope.
So you know, we go to Walmart. You know, we got a TV, a big new TV or whatever. You know, they didn't break it down by, you know, the different parts, the screen and all the components inside, and what are those costs and the labor and all that. No, it's, you know, it's $439 or whatever. You know,
They figured their honest hourly rate.
that's right. And what they did, and in their price, they have all their hourly rate part of that is figured up, all the expenses it takes to run that business, to make that TV.
Right.
You know, all right, not just to make that TV, what goes into that TV, but to operate the business.
Yep. The
All
whole
right.
thing.
All right.
The lights to
the
keep
ministers,
the-
right, and then sell everything with that TV. Okay. All right.
Even down to hiring plumbers to take care of the bathrooms in their stores.
Yes.
Right.
Exactly. It's all in there.
Right.
Okay. Flat rate pricing is the only way to go. If you're not going flat rate pricing, you're really making the customer feel uncomfortable. Okay. Because it's not what they're used to. So really, it makes you weird, makes you retarded. I can say. It is this simple. It does come down to this. But I can, you know, I hear the guys. Well, they're asking. I got to pay time and material. They're asking time and material.
Oh my gosh. Get into the
Right.
current decade.
Right. Well, get into the century. Current. I mean, it's just it's not that way. Okay.
Well, my point is, because your hourly rate goes into figuring out what your flat rate is going to be. And that's what, you'll have a post about something about your hourly rate or whatever, and guys come back and say, you should be charging flat rate. Well, to know your flat rate price, you have to know what your hourly rate is. I don't know if you want to speak on, I don't know if you've seen the post, or the comments where people will comment and say, well, you don't need to know your hourly rate because you charge flat rate.
I don't even know how to
respond to that.
No. Yeah, Aaron. Okay, Aaron.
Yeah.
Hey, we know where you live, man.
No, Aaron. Okay, stop, Aaron.
Right. No, it's your hourly rate. Your flat rate's made up with your hourly rate.
Yes.
And all your,
well,
right.
You think it's obvious, but it's not, because
Right.
we get a ton of comments that say, well, you can't charge an hourly rate. You only should charge flat rate.
Well, and one reason they're thinking that, I believe they think that way, because out there, again, it's the price book swipe method. So we're just stealing someone else's hourly rate, and we don't know. Or there's products out there where you can buy flat rate pricing books, which aren't your pricing. That's why we say in the academy we learn you create your own flat rate pricing. And then I've also done for my 40 years. I have the playbook, which has all over 600 tasks and all the options, good, better, best, and everything tied together. That kind of a thing. But that's even that. When you get that, I have you build your hourly rate, and that drives everything. So then that's yours. You got to know your honest hourly rate
to build your flat rate.
Right.
Okay. Throw that comment back up. That was Patrick. Patrick out of San Francisco.
Mr. Basinga.
Works Plumbing.
Yes.
This is Throwback Thursday. It's been about 100 years, Patrick Basinga. Please tell the lovely Margaret we said hello.
And we love you guys.
Yes.
Right. Well, yes. Wow, that's
Throwback
fun.
Thursday.
Yes.
Yeah.
So no, that's an important thing. You've got to know, it is that simple and it's that basic. Okay. You've got to know your honest hourly rate. And I hone in on it and stick on the word honest, because you're not being honest with your customer, and more importantly, yourself.
Right.
Okay. You're ripping your family off. Okay. And you will not be successful.
You'll never get ahead.
You will never, and you will never have, you'll never get ahead. You'll creep by. That's why it feels like it's one step up, two steps back, all those kinds of things. You'll never be able to get good guys. That's why you can't find good guys. Okay.
Can never get great equipment so that you can get good guys.
Right. You never
Provide
will.
benefits.
Because all that needs to be included in your honest hourly rate. Okay. Those kinds of things. Pay, what you're paying your guys. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. T&M means you don't know your hours or material costs. Bad business practice.
Yes. Thanks, Casey.
That's right, Casey. Right on. Okay. You got to know what you charge per hour. Okay.
Correct. For your business.
For your business.
Your business is different than the business even right next door. It just is.
Right.
Your business is different than a business. It's, we're in Florida. Patrick Basinga, he's all the way in San Francisco. The prices are different. The expenses are different. All of it. So you got to know what's the honest hourly rate for your business.
Exactly. Right on. Okay. So know it. All right. Next.
Yes.
We cover that pretty well. Okay.
So.
There's a lot there, there, but I want to go too off the deep end. It really is that simple. Okay. Know your honest hourly rate. Okay. And then tie that into flat and present that to the customer in flat rate pricing.
Yes. Now I want to say too, and this is a shameless plug, if you will. How do you figure out your honest hourly rate and all that? And we do within the Success Academy have what's called an honest hourly rate calculator. And we walk you through literally figuring out all of your expenses, all the hours you have available to sell, and a number of other things that go into a formula to help you figure out what your honest hourly rate is. And I will tell you, I would say 99.9% of the people who have gone through that exercise, all of them were undercharging and were totally shocked by what their true honest hourly rate is. But it's a lightning bolt moment. It's like, well,
Wow.
Gosh, this is why I'm not making any money. This is why I can't buy new trucks. This is why I can't get new equipment. This is why I'm feeling, like you said, it's always one step up and two steps back. That's the reason why. So within the Success Academy, that is something that we provide right off the bat, the honest hourly rate calculator, and you're blown away right away. And if you put it in place, your business changes literally overnight.
Oh, overnight.
Overnight.
I mean, you'll double, triple your income within 30 days.
Without pushback.
Without pushback.
Without pushback.
At a minimum, even the worst things we hear is it's the same pushback.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same.
Right.
In fact, overwhelmingly what we hear is I'm surprised. There was no pushback. In fact, I'm getting 5-star reviews and people are happy. There is something that happens because what happens, the biggest fear we hear is, well, I can't charge that. Okay. I won't go at the deep end on you here, but psychologically what you're really saying is I'm not worth that. And that's where things are at. And then we work on that. You are worth that because all the years it took to learn to do this and all that and what you're providing to the right customer. Okay. And we'll get into that because that's another key thing. All right. But it's literally you figure it out, and we see all the time that we figure out that what is costing them to run, what they're wind up charging, and a lot of times it's even less, but is what it's cost them to run their business.
Right, what they're currently charging before they do the calculator. Right. Yeah. Put that comment back up, please, producer. Thank you. Please explain markup versus margin. Could help lots of people. Markup versus margin.
Simple way.
Okay, that's a great question. Great question. I don't detail how quickly can you answer?
Well, the markup is the profit. What you're deciding to
that you want to make.
What you want to make. Okay, just keep it simple. Don't get lost in the weeds of this. Okay, we're just going to take all your expenses, and then you can say that I want 100% profit. So if it's costing me $200 an hour, I want to make $200 on every hour. That's how, right. You can do that. And there's no laws against that.
No.
Okay. All right. It is just keep it basic and simple that way. I can go off in the tech terms of the difference in margin, and profit, that whatever.
We should probably do a potty talk where we really kind of talk through like different financial things that as a plumber who goes and starts their business, right? We were that. We had no idea. We didn't know the financials and the things. And I know we keep it simple, but there are certain key KPIs, key performance indicators that you do need to be aware of in your business. It's not a lot, but just maybe, again, because we didn't have we didn't have business training, right?
Which
you don't need. Which you don't need business training. Business as far as college training. You don't need to go to 4 years business school. You definitely don't need that.
Because it gets wrapped up in all this. Those are BS terms. It's just keep it. I work, and my mission with this is to keep it simple because it really is simple. What happens is we get in. First of all, we come in and we know we don't know things because we hear people talking fancy, and there's a lot of stuff fancy and guys talking fancy out there. Well, I can talk fancy, and I can do that, but it doesn't do any good. I've been where you're at. Okay, I know you. If we're plumbers. We're pretty much, I say brothers because we come from a similar background and how we look at life and things, and so it's very similar. So I know who I'm talking to, okay. And so as I've gotten into it and through the years and figured this stuff out, I've still we're in our 60s, okay, a lot of life, 40 years doing this, a lot of success, failures, okay. You learn more from the failures than you do the successes, by the way.
True story.
And meeting all different kinds of people. And I've come full circle to realize it really is simple, and most everything out there is just BS. So it's just
to overcomplicate
right
for the purpose of
selling you stuff or to get you, and
or to think you can't do it,
or the talking heads to make it, because I know I'm going against the grain. I can lose some credibility here because I won't talk fancy and make a big deal. We can talk fancy, but that doesn't do any good because it really is simple. And it comes down to just knowing how much time I have to sell, what are all my expenses in that, and then adding profit to it.
Bada boom, bada bing.
It is that simple. Okay.
Thanks, Aaron. Yes.
Thank you. All right.
Would not be where I'm at today without the HHR. Okay. Yes, and I know Aaron. That's one. Aaron and Sylvia. He took that seriously, and I know that was a big shock to him as well. So, HHR.
We've seen that. So, yeah, we want to keep it, and it is my mission, and this is why I don't.
Your mission in life.
It is my mission to keep it simple for my plumbing bros, and it can be successful. And we've had them going through the academy. We've all had companies selling, for 10, 15, $30 million, in just a few years. All right.
Yep.
By keeping it simple.
Yep.
All right. All this other stuff, there's other organizations and talking heads out there that are, make it overly complicated, which makes them sound and look good. Okay. But it is this simple.
Yep.
Okay. So the right price. Okay.
Next.
Price.
Yes.
All right. Next, we have the right people. Okay. That's a double-headed coin too, a two-sided coin as well. Okay. Okay. We got the people, one people being our technicians.
Okay.
Okay. Of course, all right, we're looking for good technicians.
Yes.
Okay. On that note, because the people make you. You know, as we learn, and we say, really, you're not a plumbing business. You're really a marketing, okay, which is making the phone ring, a marketing and a recruiting business.
Yes.
Okay. Our plumbing businesses have two real assets. That's our customers, okay, that's who pay us money, and then our plumbers, that's who makes us the money, okay, all right. And so that asset, you know, with our plumbers, first of all, we constantly want to be recruiting.
Yes.
Recruit.
Always recruit.
All right. I think we have some academy. I know we have some past academy members, graduates here, okay, that are watching. All right. And you know that. And a lot of us go through the thing of, well, I got the team together. You know, this is the great team and all that. And then we don't, you know, we stop recruiting. And then all of a sudden, you know, a guy quits or whatever happens, which happens. All right. Or literally, you know,
times.
Friday, you're feeling great. On Monday, half your team's gone for whatever reason. Okay. All right. And now you can't find anyone because you stopped recruiting. Right. It's always been that way. There's plenty of plumbers out there. There's plenty of plumbers out there. Okay. They're working at other companies. Unless you work in a town or city or whatever, that you're the only plumber and plumbing company in town, then you can comment. Okay. Okay. All right. But there's plenty of plumbers out there. All right. And by the way, you want the plumbers working plumbers in the other businesses.
Correct.
Okay.
So you just have to have a better work environment, better pay, better benefits, all of those things, which if you go back to point number one, right, you got to have the right price. So good day, mate. My mate.
Hey, good day.
James Hill.
Right. So
my Aussie plumber.
So you're always recruiting. Okay. And then when we're hiring, okay, we're hiring character, not on skill. It ain't about if they've you know, put an application or applying or whatever and talking with you, and they say they know plumbing, and they put down here that they've worked at, you know, Roto-Rooter, and they've worked at Joe's plumbing business or whatever, you know, and they say they know plumbing, assume they know plumbing. Okay. But what you can teach when you get them in, you find out the week or whatever on whatever, you know, you can teach that. Right. Okay. But what you can't teach is character.
Sadly. You
can't teach character. So you must hire on character.
Yep.
Okay. So those are the, you know.
So how do you identify? So you're you know, meeting with someone, right? Recruiting, and you're doing an interview. How would you say how do you determine character at that point?
Well, first of all, having a hiring process, because guys they're looking for security. So that's part of the problem. It's not bad that it just be you in a truck, and so this is your first guy, or it's you and another guy, and you're small, and you think, well, no one wants to leave the big company. Okay, that's not true.
That's not true.
That's not true at all. What they don't want is to feel like they're leaving. What they like of the big company, there's a sense of security. Right. The fact that, you know, it's big, but what not that it's just big, but there's systems. There's a process and that kind of a thing. Okay, and that makes them feel like it's a real job, which means equates to that it has a paycheck, that they're going to get a paycheck. Okay.
But so there's a system as far as recruiting and hiring and going through a process.
Right. And so what you don't want to meet, so it's so important how you meet these guys and having a process. So a big mistake we make when we're starting out, and it's just me in a truck, I meet the guy on a job site. You know, my truck, and we just have a talk in a truck. Well, okay, you want to work? You okay? Can we work? Okay, can you do this plumbing? Can you do that plumbing? And you run through that, and then we offer them up, and it all feels like, doesn't feel secure. Right. So then you say, well, the guys don't come on. Why don't guys, you know?
Yeah, because it wasn't serious. Right. Hey, Dub. Okay. Hey, W. You
say
some macros. That's so true. Macros equal strategy. Never lose sight of strategy.
Yes. All right. Thank you, DW.
That's our DW.
Yeah. He's my philosopher. I mean, he can. Love you, man. Love you. But yeah, so it's there we go.
We're getting to that. We're getting to that, Aaron.
So that's right. So it's a matter of, you know, having them meet. Just don't have them meet right with you. Okay. And I know if it's just when, you know, I started out with just being a truck, that's why, you know, the PPCs, plumbing power couples, husband and wife teams, and all that's good.
That helps.
Right. Because you want them to meet to someone other than you. So first. So
preferably a female.
preferably a female, which are just getting the basic information. So what are you looking for? Why you want to leave?
Yeah, why are you leaving your last
So they also need plumbing because it ain't about plumbing. I'll get to that. I never asked a plumbing question. Only plumbing question I ever asked when it finally got to me is, what plumbing don't you like? What don't you like to do? And reason that is coming out with character, because I wanted to find out, so they say, well, I just don't do drain works. Dress for the drain guys. I just don't do, I don't open drains.
I don't get in crawl spaces.
I don't get. And so how they say it. So it's a one thing if they say, I really don't like drain work because it's kind of
my favorite.
It's not my favorite, but of course we do it because we got to do it, right?
Right.
That kind of. So I'm looking at the character, but I never asked a plumbing question. Never asked.
Right. So if you've got a female that interviews, hopefully either an office manager or your wife or whatever, we're looking for the creep factor. Is he creepy? How does he treat a female? Right. Because more than likely he's going to go into a customer's home, Mrs. Jones' home, who's a female, and how's he going to treat her? Is he kind of a jerk? Is he condescending? Or is he polite and have manners? Normally you can pick that up in an interview. So
right. So we like to meet, a woman, pick up the creep factor.
Correct.
Okay. And then, if that feels right, then we send them on, then it could be you. Okay. Or, as we get bigger, a GM, that kind of a thing. But then at that point, and not the same day, don't do it. It has to feel like a win.
Yeah.
Okay. It has to feel like, ooh, I made the cut.
Yeah.
Right.
I got past round one.
Right. Okay. And then, when I'm meeting with them again, I'm asking questions, character kind of questions. Kind of get a sense of who they are. And
what was the question that you always asked that threw them off?
So if you could live at a different time, when would that be, and what would you do? So that was always like, what? I'm applying for a plumbing job. I know. But if you could live at a different time period, when would that be, and what would you like to do during that time period?
It's such a great, it's not even the question itself, it's just that it's so different, right? Because then you can see, how do they think on their feet? Something that, that's normally you're asking, what'd you do at the last job? Why'd you leave? Blah, blah, all kind of basic questions. But when you ask something like that, they really have to think on their feet and either be creative or have a personality, because again, they're going into customers' homes.
Right there.
And you want to know if they have a personality they can engage with their customer. So if they come back and say, wow, that's a great question, never thought about it before. And then they start to ponder and think about it. And it really doesn't matter. Well, I was going to say, it doesn't matter what they say, but I guess you got to be careful. You don't want to say, gosh, I wish I could go back and be a part of the Manson group or something.
Right. Well, that's when we get the character. Okay. Right. But it's so important because the reality of it is, again, it ain't about plumbing. Okay. And so we're out at, Mrs. Jones's house, and we'll get to the type of customer here, but it's why it's so important. Because it's an emotional experience for the customer. It ain't about the plumbing. It's an emotional experience for the customer, one way or the other, and so it's different. So even though a toilet repair is a toilet repair, a water heater, drain call, whatever it is, and we can get we know what it is. Every household is different. Every situation is different.
Right.
And so as they come at you, how are you gonna handle this?
Correct.
How they think on their feet.
Right.
And that kind of a thing.
And you always got some really interesting comments. I liked that.
Okay.
Let's see. Pouncer said, "Hi, I'm a locksmith, not a plumber, but I really apply these concepts to my business, and it's helped me out.
Right.
Thanks. Hey, that's awesome.
I'm glad
that's so true. Locksmith, HVAC, electrician, roofers. It doesn't
handyman,
matter.
all these. We have them in the academy. All these different. Now I'm all we're about plumbing, but it's about really these concepts are pretty much the same. Okay, so they work.
Yes.
So. It comes down to, with your guys, when I see that guys, having trouble putting a good crew together, it's because they're hiring on plumbing skills as opposed to character.
Right.
Time and time again.
And the character is going to stand out not only in your customer's house, but it's going to stand out in how they respect you and your business, right? Are they going to look at you as the boss? Are they going to look at your business as an actual business? How are they going to treat people, their fellow technicians? How are they going to treat office staff? Right, character's going to come out. And I know my Aussie mate just said, "Never hire friends." Boy, that's a whole show right there. Right?
Yes, you don't hire friends. It's a whole
or family. Oh my gosh,
but
it
I like
VW
Lenny. His partner there says, they do the creep factor thing, and
we taught that him a long time ago.
Teaches plumbing. He has a whole shop designed to teach and all that.
We need to get back out there.
Right. Because it's cool operation.
Yes.
And I know it's a lot farther. Right.
Yeah.
But it's, you can teach plumbing, and you can decide what, again, the character is the thing. You can't teach character.
No.
You can't teach character. All right.
I mean, it's the people who I've hired who are mostly technically minded were the worst performers. So true.
Yes.
So true. And you would think that's the opposite, right? You would totally think that's the opposite. The monies who were more, that's also true. The ones who were more money oriented did best. Yes, especially if you're paying piece rate or some sort of commission, right?
Right.
Absolutely. Because and so they're going to perform well. Because they need to. They're going to take care of the customer better. They're going to listen better. They're going to do the job better. All of those things because it matters to them. And their
which is
pocketbook.
ultimately, which is important. That matters to them.
Matters to
about
them.
them.
Correct.
All right. So again, that's the right part of the people, our
Okay.
people. Okay.
Okay.
The flip side of the coin there, okay, is the right customer. Okay, which is so important. All right. Working for the right customer. Just because someone calls you to do plumbing work doesn't mean that they're the right customer for you. One that your plumbing business can be successful with.
That's so
and I'll just
true.
cut to the chase here. The right customer is residential service. All right. You will not win. You will not grow. You will not be successful starting out as a chuck in a truck and we're doing new construction, commercial, remodel, warranty. You will not create wealth. Okay.
You might have a busy job.
You'll be busy. You'll own your job with your name on it. Okay.
Waiting on money.
Right.
Waiting on getting paid.
Right. But you will not. Okay. 40 years. I'm just going to, if you think I'm full of crap, stop watching. Okay. Go back to, being retarded. DW, you like that? Okay. I don't care anymore. I'm just going to say, because I love you guys. I want you to be successful. The other way is stupid. Okay, I got 40 years into this. I've made every freaking mistake. Okay.
Some twice.
Right.
Sorry. Well, I helped. I helped.
I'm a
baby.
plumber. All right. You're the one who got us out. Okay. All right. But I've made every mistake, and I don't want you to make the same mistakes. Okay. I know it sounds sexy. I'm doing $1 million homes, and I got all the homes. No, I can walk into your city, and I can take all those homes from you. Okay. Well, no, this is my buddy. I know him since second grade. He would sell you out for $10 less an hour.
We've
okay?
seen it time and time
again. All right. They don't value you. It's all about the money.
Yes.
Okay. And all as I just mentioned is all about the money. Period. And it's only one customer. Okay. We want lots of customers, first of all. Okay. Well, I got all the homes. No, those are jobs. Those aren't customers. You're dealing with one guy.
Correct.
Well, I got all the Walmarts in the district. Now, okay, there's 15.
Right.
Or 15 Walmarts, but you have one person you're dealing with.
One customer. You tick that guy off. Or he finds
gal.
a plumber who will do it cheaper.
Right.
Right. You've lost all 15.
Exactly. And that's the example. Okay. So we want lots of customers. All right. Residential, Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
Check. Okay.
Check.
All right. You want someone that they value not the money, okay, but their time. Okay. All right. And that's what's happening with Mrs. Jones. That's what
We call our residential service customer Mrs. Jones.
Mrs. Jones. I actually had a real Mrs. Jones.
Okay. We'll have to tell that story.
Okay, right. That's not funny, but it's Mrs. Jones. Okay, values her time. She wants her day back. No one wakes up in the morning and wants to call a plumber. Okay, no one wakes up in the morning and wants to call a plumber. Okay, all right. So when they call, they're already sold.
Say it one more time.
Okay. No one wakes up in the morning and wants to call a plumber. All right, their day, but whatever it's called, you have no hot water, the drain is stopped, or whatever, that kind of a thing. They just want their day back. They want it done.
True.
That's the value. By the way, cutting short too, that's on the sales side, that's what you're selling. You're not selling plumbing. You're selling their day back. Okay. You don't want. You mentioned earlier about the idea of going low price. Getting in. That's what happens with the GC is a race to the bottom. Okay. And you got when we're one truck guys and 2 truck, 5 truck, you have a 10 truck. We had one of our coaches had 24, 26 trucks doing multi-gazillion dollar homes. All right. Wasn't making any money. All right. Got sucker written across your forehead. Period. Okay.
Yes, he does. He
stopped
doing that.
He stopped doing that.
Yeah, he stopped doing that.
But that was an example of someone who had a lot of, it was big, but wasn't making any money. Okay. Us, the little guys. Okay. You certainly have sucker written. They're using you. Okay.
Yep.
All right. You aren't going to make any money.
That's
With
so
Mrs.
true.
Jones, she needs you. You're her hero. You get to be the hero. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Wait, which phrase? We've got a lot of them trademarked. Patrick, which one? Let's see. When I move next year and set up shop, I want to run a union show. Oh,
No, you don't.
No, you don't. Is there a way to pay the guy's piece rate? And unless it's like it's a locality law or something, never, ever, ever do a union
No,
shop.
and I decided I'll come out. Unions, unions suck.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't want a
Back in the
union shop.
day when employees didn't have, back in the day, we're talking 20s, 30s, when employees didn't really have any kind of power, it helped bust things up a little bit.
Right.
But unions today are just, they create slaves.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
you do not
The
want
unions
that.
come into town purposefully to slave labor. Okay. They keep
control the
you
masses.
from creating something yourself.
Correct.
Okay. That's the whole
You don't
reason
need
the
the
plumbing
unions.
union, you don't
do not need the unions. You pay them well enough. You create a business where you're charging correctly,
Right.
Charging correctly, and you create a business where guys want to come and work for you, and they don't want to go work for the union shop because of all the downfalls of working for a union shop. And you'll have guys lined up for you.
I never had any success with union guys. I don't like, I'll say it because I want you to stay away from it. Union is death. Okay. Union is slavery. All right.
Yep.
Union is not about you being successful, which is the only reason to have a plumbing business. If you want to be a great plumber, go be a freaking great plumber for someone. We need great plumbers out there. If you have a plumbing business, it's to make money for you and your family. There's nothing wrong with that, period. In the meanwhile, you're making you and your family money. You're also making an economy. You're providing great jobs, okay, great benefits, all those kinds of things.
Right.
All right.
You're contributing to the economy. You're creating economy. You're
Right.
exactly right.
Right. And then say, also union guys, I've never found union plumbers to be good because they're trained. No, this is my job. I do this.
And only this.
I only do this
Only
until
this.
someone tells me to do this. And if you do this, you can't do that. I do this. I do this. All right. And so they already have a mentality that's not my job. And to be successful, to have a successful residential plumbing business, part of that is self-sustaining, meaning you don't have to babysit. I said that. Part of that is not having the guys be able to think for themselves. The guys have to be responsible for everything.
Yes.
They are responsible. Your residential service plumber is responsible for everything. Everything. What goes on the job, what goes bad on the job, good on the job, how to get the parts, whatever, all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Okay.
That'd be a great show. Talk about that.
Yep.
Make a note of that.
Okay.
Matthew says, "Oh, thanks. Hey, Eric Lopez.
Hey.
How you doing? Oh my gosh. Thanks, Eric." And then Matthew says, "Is it bad that I'm dressed as Mario running calls today?" No, but you can only do it today.
Okay. That's right.
I mean,
other
than that-
I love it. Yeah. Fun.
Other than that, don't do it again.
Yeah.
But that is a perfect costume for Halloween for us plumbers. Hey, there's
Hey,
Coach
Bo.
McKenzie.
Coach Bo.
Yep. Good
All
to
right,
see
man.
Bo.
And so, on that, don't be the guy, though, that's in the truck that looks like he's sitting on a toilet.
Oh gosh, please
Okay.
stop. Okay, if you are, okay,
That's
Matthew,
retarded.
Please, I'm sure you're.
That's
not.
our new word. there
Please
are
don't.
words that mean, that's retarded.
It's
I'm just going to say
those
it.
trucks.
It's not cool.
It's not cool.
Fun.
It just shows that you're a butt crack plumber.
Right.
Oh my stars. Okay, don't. That needs. Well, we'll have a branding
There's
show
all right,
for sure.
all that kind of stuff.
All
hey,
right.
we're gonna bring it straight. We're gonna talk straight here, okay? I'm just
'Cause
gonna
we
tell you
just
like it
don't
is.
care.
So if you don't, I don't care anymore.
Because we know what our heart is. We know that our heart
Right.
is to elevate the plumbing trade, to elevate plumbing business owners, to elevate the perception that consumers have about plumbers. That's our heart, and to help people like we were, 30 some years ago, 25 years ago when we started our plumbing business, we were clueless. We were totally clueless. We didn't know what the heck we were doing. So we know that's the purpose of Million Dollar Plumber. It's not to harm, it's not to hurt, it's not to blow sunshine up your skirts either. And it's that we've had the experience. We've made all the mistakes, some of them a couple times, and telling you don't do the same thing we did.
Right.
So-
And part of it is that transition of thinking like a tradesman to thinking like a CEO.
Oh, that's a whole
Okay.
show. That's a whole show, baby.
Right. And it's thinking like a butt crack plumber, all right, to thinking like a successful businessman,
Yes.
even before you are.
Even before you're successful.
Because you won't be successful unless you start thinking like a.
Correct.
Right.
Now, your success, I mean, you can measure success in lots of different ways, but one thing that you're successful at is that you actually started, right? You started a plumbing business. That means that you're successful. But to keep
Right.
going, it's levels of success, right? But you already put yourself out there. So why not why not do everything you can, invest in yourself, work on your business so that you do become a successful CEO instead of a plumber who owns his job.
Right. Because ultimately what this is about, is having this asset that creates wealth, and wealth being financial, okay, money in the bank, and able to invest in other things, okay, and other things. But also part of wealth is time, that you're able to spend the time doing what you want to do.
Right.
Okay. Again, if you like your time doing plumbing work, stop with the plumbing business. You will not be successful. Okay. Go be a great plumber for someone. In fact, you're hurting your family. I'll take it further. You're hurting your family. Go be a great plumber for another company.
Yep.
All right. And the reason I say that because 95% of all plumbing businesses fail. Okay. Because they don't know these things.
Not the ones that have been in our Success Academy.
Okay. But no, you get in the right. But even though the 5% that survive are doing just that, 97% of those are simply living week to week, paycheck to paycheck.
Yep.
Okay.
Sadly.
All because they don't know these things.
Yep. And that was us. Again, that was us when we started our plumbing business. That was us.
Right. Until I discovered these things. Okay.
Right.
And the third one being, okay, we said the right, right customer, right? Okay. The third one, all right, is the right purpose. Okay. The right purpose. All right. And that's a two-sided coin as well. Okay. We have your purpose for having this plumbing business, for having this business. And I'll say it again, just straight. It's not because you love plumbing. Again, if you love plumbing and love doing the plumbing, go, please. I'll ask for your family's sake. Go be a great plumber somewhere else. Okay. The purpose has to be bigger. You will not be successful. You will not be successful. You'll have a job that you own, and it will struggle worse, and it will cost you worse, all right? And you'll risk worse than working for another company who does understand the right purpose, okay? Where the owner's working for the right reason, having the plumbing business for the right reason, all right? You will not. In fact, you're risking bankruptcy, all the financial stuff there. All right.
Yes.
And you, okay.
Yes. Put that back up. That's James Hill, my Aussie plumber. James has been with MDP for quite some time. And he knows he's speaking from experience, right? It's hard to change your mindset from a trade guy to a CEO, but once you do, you will never think any other way. Perfect. And you're right.
Hey,
right, Angel.
You must. Hey, Angel.
Angel,
All right.
miss your face. Get down here to Florida, for heaven's sakes. Yes. Anyway.
And but yeah, that transition is extremely important because, look,
that's a hard transition, James.
Well,
that's right.
as a trades guy, we fall into plumbing. I've never met anyone who said they dreamed of becoming a plumber. And if you tell me you did dream of, you're a liar. You're retarded. Okay. All right. Because no one, guys, come on. Look, it's a football star, rock star.
You want to be a trash guy.
My first one, I liked the hanging on the back of the truck. I thought it was so cool. But I was 5. Come on, give me a break. Race car driver. Okay.
What's your why?
Yes. We'll get to that. That's, the Angel knows. She's been through the academy. Okay. All right. But you must have your right purpose, for why you're doing what you're doing, which leads to what Angel says, which is your why. Okay.
Why are you doing it?
And so you must have, I want to provide this for my family. I want this house. Okay. I want to live here. I want to go there. I want to do this. I want to do that. Okay. And you must be clear on that. Okay. It must have a color, a taste. All right. You just can't say, I want to make a lot of money. It doesn't work that way.
Yep. Okay. And Aaron is saying, let's see here. Aaron says, everyone who wants to take a price from an old company, drop prices, et cetera, but that's not really what you should charge. Don't be the company that's not making any money. MDP teaches everything like proper pricing, the systems, no partners. Wow, is this a commercial? This is fantastic. Aaron, thanks so much.
Tell them where to go, Eric.
Yeah. What's the website?
Well, that's Thanks, it's Aaron's a blessing. We have others on here that have allowed us to work with them. Crazy, but it is. I know it is. It does. Some of it does sound retarded because of the way we were thinking. All right.
We were super retarded.
We were right, and I don't want that for you. That again. I don't mind saying I made every mistake. I was a guy who fell into plumbing and doing this, and I just had, and we were,
all the things.
I don't even want to go.
No,
because it's not healthy to look back at all the stuff you did stupid.
Right.
When you're moving forward.
Move on. Yep.
Right.
Okay, so what are we talking about? Your why. Your why.
Well, yeah, having your why, knowing why you have this. And again, it's not for plumbing. Okay, that is not strong enough. I want to provide the best plumbing
For my community.
I want to provide the best service.
Shut up.
Sorry. Virtual signaling.
Virtue signaling. Yeah. No, that's not why you have a plumbing
those
business.
Those are important. And yes,
that's just a part of it. I mean, that's
of course.
Yes.
Of course. It's like I get, these guys, they score a touchdown or in basketball. I mean, you're taller in the basket.
You're 7 foot tall
and you dunk it. And it's like, like you're all that. Of course that's what you're going to do. All right. I expect you to do that. But it's.
Sorry, I have to mention, there's Patrick Wasinga here and Angel. And I hope, do you remember having some fun times in Indianapolis when some of our clients came to visit?
Yes.
Yes, playing pool and all the things. That was a fun time. Anyway,
fun.
That was total personal.
Fun memories, guys.
Yeah. All right. And that was our why. Right, being able to do fun things and right.
Like that's part of the MVP thing is building. We teach you how to build a thriving, self-sustaining, very profitable plumbing business while having a life too. And we talk about the freedom lifestyle.
Yep.
And so that's what we mean.
Yes.
Of creating this life. And in fact, we work on that. You build. You figure out what you want in your life, and you build your plumbing business around that.
Correct. Not the other way around.
But that's what we're doing. Okay. So your purpose is very key. Okay.
Yep.
Okay,
Very
Patrick.
And it's not just
Patrick.
Okay, Patrick, you're fired. You're not. You knew better than that. It's not. It is not having the. I want to make.
He would certainly be one of the coolest.
Well, he for sure. Patrick Basinga, he's totally one of the cool ones.
Yep.
Your why can't be that I just want to make a lot of money or I want to be successful or something that's not tangible. You have to be able to measure it. You have to know what you're going after. So every morning you think about it. When you get knocked down on the canvas, you talk about getting knocked down on the canvas. Then you got to know the reason that you're getting back up, and it getting off the canvas or saying that I just want to be successful never gets you off the canvas.
No.
Saying I just want to make a lot more money isn't going to get you off the canvas. You got to be very, very specific about what your true why is.
And for me, it was, I wanted control. I wanted freedom, and then I wanted to sit with the lovely Laura, next to the water underneath a palm tree whenever I wanted, drinking adult beverages and other stuff. Just having fun. It's just, that's why, so when you're dealing with the bad jobs and the customers that are giving you a rough time, or the guy quits, now I got to get another, and just up and down and all that kind of stuff. You have to have something outside of, well, I love plumbing.
Right.
And we're just going to be the best plumbing company in town.
That ain't going to do it.
It won't do it. I've seen it 40 years. Okay.
And just from a business concept, it doesn't even have to be plumbing. Right.
That's right.
It's just a business concept.
With the other business, who said it was watching?
The locksmith?
It was a locksmith, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any business, start a tech business or whatever it is. Why are you starting the business in the first place? What do you want it to give you, your family? Because that's the main goal, right? And then all the other things, of course. Yes, you want to provide good paying jobs and yada, yada, yada. But the main reason, you got to know your why.
Right.
So.
Exactly. Okay. Very important.
My Aussie mate says we're experiencing the freedom lifestyle right now. Went to LA for a concert while the business is still running. Making a profit is great, but making a profit and not being there is even better. Oh, James, I love hearing that. And that just does our hearts. It's knowing that. And I'm not going to mention anybody right here, but one couple likes to travel a lot and like to come down to Florida from a very cold state. And that's their freedom lifestyle, right? Their business is kind of running, can run on its own, and that's what it's about. Anything other than that is your. Here's another one. Bo, sorry, Bo, I'm going to throw you under the bus. Bo, who lives in Washington State, just went to North Carolina. Drove from Washington State to North Carolina to help out the flood victims, and he was there. Gosh, Bo, were you there too?
Few weeks,
2 or 3 weeks, right? And he could do that because he's through MDP. He's also an MDP coach, but him and his wife, Kimberly, have created a business that allows them to do that. The business basically runs itself, and the systems that they've established, and they did that. They set it up that way because they knew what their why was. They know they want that type of freedom. So that's how you design your life, figure out what you want your life to look like, and you design the business around it.
Right.
So
it enables you not only to do the things you want to do, but truly having a profitable, self-sustaining, thriving plumbing business, and it not only takes care of your family, but it helps the community. So Bo's a great example. Has the skill. He's a backwoods guy. You could drop him off in the middle, North Pole, and he'd find his way. Like a dog, he'd find his way back. Love him. He's just so cool. He has those skills, and he cares for people, and he's a leader and an organizer. So he winds up going out to, North Carolina, has a heart to help. So his business enables him to be able to do that. Okay. And so he's out there for a few weeks to this whole thing. Okay. This whole thing. All right. And gets out there. Not only is he saving people, he's organizing. I mean, he was dealing with Trump's people, with J.D. Vance's people, with, I think he was working with the head engineer with Elon Musk or whatever. He's so, all right. So I love that, Bo. So this is you guys. I mean, so, but his business, and how he set things up enabled him to do that.
Right.
Okay.
And he wouldn't have been able to say that for 4 years ago.
Right.
So
okay. So
all right. So your why, right? Knowing your
why.
Your why.
Okay.
So was that both sides of the coin? Did we get them both?
Well, no, the other side we had.
I knew we missed one. Okay.
I get dogged by everyone for these honest hourly rates. They simply do not know their numbers.
So true.
Yep. Right. You got
to know it.
Right. Okay. And so we have
the other coin. Last coin.
The other side of the coin. Okay. For the last coin here, the right purpose. We have your purpose, and then the business purpose, the purpose of the business. Okay. And it will come full circle here.
Okay.
It ain't about plumbing. Okay. All right. Whatever it is you do, that's not the purpose of the business. Okay. The purpose of the business is to make, I'll just cut to the chase, is to make money. Period. That's the purpose of the business. Is to make money.
Make money.
Not to be the best service, not to take care of the guys. I have my guys treat the guys the best. And all. Of course, we're going to do all that kind of stuff.
Of course.
All right. Have all the equipment. No, the purpose of the business is to make money.
Right.
And lots of money. Period. Period.
We need to do a show on It's Your Duty to Be Rich. That's a great one.
Right.
That's another great show.
Okay. It is your duty. Okay. To be wealthy. Okay, to be rich.
Yep.
Because that's what elevates other people. That's what elevates the community.
Poverty does not.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
It enslaves. Okay. It makes you retarded.
I think we're at a retarded limit.
All right.
Oh, me too, Patrick. Happy to see everybody killing. We've got a lot of what's old timers, OGs.
They're Eagles. They're
but watching
Eagles.
the show, which is fun because we've been a part of some of their beginnings or helping them through some difficult times or whatever. Which gosh, we just love, and we love. We always say that we want nothing more than anybody that goes through the Success Academy or is a part of MDP to be bigger, badder, better. We want you to be the $1 billion plumber.
Yes.
Right. That's what we want more than anything. So it is really fun to see some of the old guys here watching and knowing that they're successful.
I just had a client that 4 years ago started broke. I won't say what, but broke, $100,000 in debt. Spouse just shut him off. Marriage on the brink because of all the financial stress. 4 years later, just sold his business for $1 gazillion, more than what I sold mine for.
Yes.
We sold ours for. I'm sorry, ours. Okay, ours.
Yours is mine.
Yeah,
mine is mine.
Right. Okay. All right. I am so freaking proud of him.
So proud of them.
So proud.
Man, they did
I
the
feel
work.
like I feel like a grandfather or something. And that, he's
grandfather.
or a father
golly.
or whatever. Or whatever. That kind of pride.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Of that kind of being proud.
Proud. And nothing like, oh man, he sold his for more than.
When I'm kind of right.
No.
No.
Super proud. Super proud.
I'm so proud. And that's what I want for each one of you.
Yes.
And also I want to keep each one of you from being enslaved or captured by the business. That's why I kind of speak hard on these things of making it self-sufficient. Or I say, if you love plumbing, if you're really into quit, go be a great plumber, because it will trap you and actually will keep you down. It will suck you in. All right. It will own you. All right. And you don't need all these kinds of systems and all these gadgets and everything and all this and be working all the time and every hour, 7 days a week and all that kind of stuff to make a lot of money. As for example, who just sold for a lot of money. And we've had others in the academy who've sold for good. I mean, we're talking 8-figure businesses, selling.
Yep.
Okay.
We love that. We
Okay.
love it. Bring up the other comment, producer, please. And we're we're at the top of the hour. That Brandon had. He said he's just starting his business. And I missed the comment. There it is. No, that's not it. Brendan, coming from a new construction and commercial background, this is very eye-opening and helpful as I'm about to launch my business. Oh, Brandon, I'm so glad you're here. Because when we started our plumbing business 100 years ago, or 25, we did the same thing. We started out with new construction, remodel, all those things.
It's
and
common.
we almost lost our butts. And so we do know what we're talking about. So this YouTube channel, and if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, but our YouTube channel has hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos that speak directly to you. So
But Brandon, here's what
dive deep.
Here's what you're going to do.
Here's what you're going to do, Brandon.
Brandon, here's what you're going to do. Okay, you're gonna schedule. Okay, because how are you going to
Here's
fail?
what you're going to do, Brandon.
Okay, is that you don't know the business. You were taught. Here's the thing: we were all taught to be very good, plumbers and craftsmen. I'm sure you're a great craftsman. Okay, but you weren't taught business. You weren't taught the business of plumbing. Period. Okay, and if you don't know the business, you will fail.
Yeah.
At best, you will struggle.
Mm-hmm.
You'll own your job. Okay, and you'll wind up being a guy my age. And sadly, I talk to these guys that their legs are
body's
shot,
giving out.
right, that kind of thing, and they're still half in the truck themselves. Yeah, they got guys working for them, but they're there and they have nothing to sell.
Crappy
You
equipment.
don't sell equipment, customer
list.
lists, and all that. Okay.
No.
All right.
No.
You must know the business and set up a proper system. All right. So I think it brought up the thing here.
Yes,
you're gonna
we did.
schedule a
Yes.
call with one of my strategy success coaches.
Yes.
Okay.
Going to milliondollarplumber.com/call.
Brandon,
Yeah,
do
it,
it.
Brandon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now it's going to have a simple conversation. Not going to push anything. We'll possibly learn more about the academy. Okay, and what it takes to be part of that. Okay. But if it's not right for you, I don't want it for you as well. Okay. We'll have a simple conversation of finding, really what's standing in your way. Define that. That's important part right there. What's holding you back immediately right now, how to overcome that. And then of course, if the academy is one of those solutions for you, that would be very helpful, which just from you mentioned what I think it would be, then you'll find out about that.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, thank you, Angel.
Okay.
See, that's why I love some of these OGs. Thank you, Angel, because they can be our
you, Angel.
cheerleaders and push you guys. But yeah, I mean, we've got a number of nice try, Bo. We've got a number of our old clients. I hate to say old clients, but clients that's been with us for a long time. And I just love seeing how successful they are. I love it. Angel and her husband Ron out of Indianapolis, our old hometown, Pristine Plumbing. So if you're a plumber in Indianapolis and looking for a great company to work for, man, choose the Pros in Pink.
Right.
Pros in Pink.
And Ron and Angel are exactly the same kind of thing. That was our, Attaboy Plumbing, and that's where we did our thing. And I'm was proud of that. I hope that the Pros in Pink kick Attaboy's butt.
Booty.
And I love that. Okay. But Brandon, you got to know these
There you go,
things.
Brandon. Okay,
Okay.
so all of us know this, Brandon. Everybody's been watching Potty Talk. Now know, Brandon, that you were supposed to be booking a call and talking to one of our designers. Yep. Oh, see, all these
Okay.
guys. Thanks, guys.
All right. And you'll find the goal is to get you, I can take any guy starting a business and in 3 to 5 years have you doing 3 to 5 million with $1 million to the bottom line.
If you're willing to work, if you're willing to put in the work, if you're willing to listen.
If you want that, the key to listen.
Teachable.
It's not the work. It's not the work. It's the listening.
Yes, and you're teachable.
I can't charge that. Well, this is how I always do it. Oh, okay.
Okay, bye.
All right. So long, Felicia. All right.
Bye, Felicia.
Bye. I know.
Isn't it? Bye, Felicia. Is that old? Is that gone now? Is
don't
that not
know.
a saying?
I'm just an old white guy.
Bye,
What do
Felicia.
I know?
Let's bring Bye, Felicia back.
How do you view getting?
Commercial clients along with residential. Okay, that will be another show, Brian. Catch another show because we'll go in more detail about that very thing. Because again, this is kind of how we start out when we're plumbers. We start our own business. We think a great thing to do would be to get a commercial account or remodel or new construction or whatever. Man, that's the worst thing you can do. So, and we've got a number of videos out on our YouTube channel that address that. So, yeah, I would say go check it out. Thanks, guys. Well, okay,
All
great
right.
commercials going on in the chat. I love that. Okay, is that it?
All right. That's it.
Okay.
Okay. Those are good, but these are the three things.
They are.
Okay. And if you focus on that, and even I think others would say that, they run their businesses, it really all comes back to staying focused on those kinds of things. And as you grow, other things will come in, and that just happens, whatever. Okay. And you get better at stuff, and you're on top of things better. Okay. But these are the three the three keys, the three pillars.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
The right price, right people, the right purpose. There we go.
Okay.
All right. Hey, thanks everyone being here and
Yeah.
chiming in and joining in. That was
Love
fun.
that.
It was, and of course, it was love on a personal level. It was fun seeing some of you guys that we haven't talked with for a long while. And it was fun also meeting you new guys.
Yeah.
All right. I was glad you're here. All right. But until next time, as always, I want to remind you that you were purposefully and wonderfully created, and you were created to do great things. So plumb like a champion.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you for tuning in to Potty Talk Live with Richard Behney, the Million Dollar Plumber. If you enjoyed this show, share it now.
Just do it.
To catch past episodes and get alerts for new episodes, turn notifications on now and join us again for more tips, techniques, and strategies to help you grow your plumbing business.